Thank you so much for staying with us, everyone. Anthony Heilebo, a co-convener of the PDP Youth Conference held earlier today, has been talking to us on the necessity and the reasons why youth must participate in politics, especially as it involves the People's Democratic Party. Now, the party is headed for a very crucial national convention in December. That on one hand, the tussle for the top job, the chairmanship of the party, has become a very interesting scenario. Let me go back to Anthony now. If you look at the opportunities for the youth, like yourself and some of the other people in the youth wing of the party are clamoring for, is the inclusion of youth, younger generation into politics. But if you look at it, even for the chairmanship position of the party, average age there is 60 of those who are contesting. Has anything really changed?
Well, one would not say that things haven't changed. I think at every point in time, the party reassesses itself and self-evaluates what it needs. I mean, you may not necessarily want to say that it must be someone below a particular age to lead the party. What the party needs at every point in time, at this point in time, will probably be someone who has the character, the competence, and the capacity to run the party. So those are the issues at the forefront. But yes, indeed, we do want young people to take certain positions. I am aware that on the basis of gender, the new positions that were allocated at the NEC meeting for the Deputy National Chairman, one position went to a woman. There's nothing to be said that a young person could not have taken the second position of Deputy National Chairman by way of being sensitive to the yearnings and aspirations of young people. But then again, did we have any young person at NEC to push for this kind of position for young people? No. That's the kind of inclusion we young people would want to see in the party, where you have a young person who can actually carry on the advocacy for young people within the party hierarchy. But when you don't have, when you're not at the table, you don't have a seat at the table, then you're fed whatever is left over, and you're at the mercy of those that have sat at the table.
You're so much aware of what is going on within the PDP, looking at the reasons why the PDP lost the election in 2015, and the clamor is how they will fight to win the election in 2019. If I take you through some of the names and the pictures of some of those people who want to be chairman of the party, look at them. Professor Tawhid Adedaja, Chief Bode George, Professor Tunde Adenina, which of course a group in the Southwest narrowed down or shortlisted these three men to be the front runner in the race. But if you look at it and the implications for the PDP, from your observation so far, does the PDP even has a chance come 2019, considering the way and manner it is running its internal politics? Well,
I mean, 2019 is the PDP's election to lose, if you ask me. I mean, with the current situation of things, it's anybody's guess that PDP is just the party for 2019. However, the choice of chairman, you've listed out individuals and what the Southwest Caucus, the BOT, has done in trying to prune down the number of people who are aspiring for the position of national chairman. But then again, the three C's that I mentioned earlier, character, competence, and capacity, are the three things that we would hope that the PDP going into its December 9th convention, all the delegates bear in mind that this is a key consequence of or consequential action that they need to take, because whatever decision the PDP takes on December 9th will either make or mar its capacity to win 2019. Now, 2019 is just going to be about having a chairman that can steer the party in the right directions, a chairman that will not be said to have imposed candidates, a chairman that will not be said to be pernicious in his character. So we have to be very careful going into this convention. We have to be very, very careful, and we have to go in with our eyes wide open.
I will just, sorry to butt in. If the PDP gets it wrong, for example, very critical positions in the party, does that spell doom for the party?
Obviously, and some of us who are sort of conscience watchers in the party will not allow the party to stray. I mean, I've never been afraid to come on your show to speak my mind or speak the minds of young people. That's one indelible trait we have as young people. We know that the future belongs to us. We know that the future is ours. I mean, most of these guys are not going to be here tomorrow to bear the consequences of their actions. So if we know that these consequences of this action will directly impact our lives, we then must, and as a matter of urgency and fact, deal with these issues now. So we're not young people who will sit back and allow them take us through the rigmarole that we went through with Mr. Sheriff, that for 2 years the party didn't have a direction. And don't forget that we warned the party about this individual when he was being brought on. I came on this program severally, and I mentioned the dangers of bringing in a man who had such, he didn't have a party history with PDP. And thereafter, we all saw the consequences. So we will not stop talking. We will keep talking, and we will keep insisting.
One of the major factors, right. Sorry again if I may butt in, one of the major factors that a lot of the leaders of the PDP had singled out is impunity, especially what some of them had highlighted as the overbearing nature and the powers of the governors in the party. Does that still apply right now? Do you see that trait still playing itself out in the PDP?
I think we must give credit to the PDP. Since we lost the election in 2015, the party has undergone and has gone through several reform processes. It started with the Kwaramadu report, it went to the national conference, and then it went to the constitutional review. After the constitutional review, it went to the strategy and review, which was, of course, Senator McCarthy's brainchild, and it was chaired by Professor Jerry Gana. And I think the next level in our evolution was the National Youth Conference, which has happened today. So we have been through some soul searching within the party, and I'm sure everyone has a sense of direction within the party. Yes, you might have one or two odd fellows who still want to go back on the path of imposition and impunity. However, I think a majority of the party have resolved that this is not the way that we're going to carry on moving forward as regards the 2019 election in perspective. But however, that is not even key to us. We're not even really focused on the election. We're focused on internal reforms, because you must agree with me that for 16 years, the People's Democratic Party sustained democracy in Nigeria. And this is no mean feat. We have seen what the party in power within the last 2 years have gotten themselves into with the economy, with the unity of the country.
All right, so, Anthony, I'm afraid that's where we must leave it tonight on the program. Many thanks for your thoughts, and wish you and your party the best in the coming days. That's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for being part of it. I'm Sean Kimale. Bye for now.